Kick it. Hip
Alright, here we are. So, very controversial topic that's going on across social media, across the airwaves. Let's talk about it, y'all. Kaepernick. Let's talk about Kaepernick and Nike. So, people are burning their sneakers, taking off the Nike swoosh. All because Cap is now has a deal in place. And we don't know what the deal is because I done heard different things.
He had a deal since 2011.
Right.
And it just got renewed.
But right now, with the campaign that they have going on, Cap is the face of their new campaign. And let me just say, America has a problem with that.
They butthurt.
So, what's your take on it? Come on, man. Let's talk. This is interesting.
Go ahead, Avery. You got that look in your eye. You had that look in your eye.
I mean, all I can say is, look, man, people didn't have a problem with wearing Ravens jerseys. People didn't have a problem wearing Atlanta jerseys. People don't have a problem wearing Giants jerseys, not shots. But I'm talking about all these teams that have players that with domestic violence, with and murderers, with whether it be dogs. I mean, we can have a conversation about that too. But we talk about all these other negative things that they allow players to play with. And you got a guy that practices his own right, a right that is held by the Constitution. And they're burning about that. None of this makes sense to me. None of it. Whether you agree with the dude or not, none of it makes sense to me. He didn't do anything as asinine as any of the things I've mentioned. It just the whole situation is just dumb. It shows you where the country's at. I really don't even have a lot to even share about it. It's just it burns me inside. But
Childish Gambino said, "This is America."
Yeah,
Shoot, no one got mad when that boy Jared was touching kids. No one stopped eating Subways.
Ooh. Yeah. Go ahead, Leaf. What's your take?
It's foolish, and I'm glad they upset. Let them be upset. A guy that didn't play had a top 50 selling jersey last year. They could be mad at Nike all they want. Nike is making your NFL apparel for the next 8 years. They locked that up in March. So I don't care. They could be mad. Shit doesn't even matter. They mad about all the wrong things, man. Be mad at Catholic priests.
Thanks.
I think it's dope, man. I think it's dope. But it's a couple different ways I look at it because I read something that was a great point to me. How can Nike, and this is just interesting to me, how can Nike be the face of social justice when all of this stuff is basically made by Asian slave labor? Anybody ever thought about that? I think that's an interesting point. Like, I think it's great that they took up this social, but they have their own issues going on over Nike, but that's besides the point. But for Kaepernick, it's great. People are going to be hurt. You want to cut the Nike swoosh and burn your stuff that you already paid for, and I already got my money for. Like, we all seen the NWA movie, and when Easy was on the bus, like, I don't care if they burn them CDs. They already paid for them. They do whatever they want once they pay for them. People are hurt, and this is America, man. This is not so. As 4 black men at this table, we already kind of, when we saw what happened with Cap and him getting signed to Nike, we already knew what was coming next. We already knew what was coming next. So this is not surprising at all.
Well, let me go another way with it. What I find interesting is this here. I look back and I think about Penn State with Paterno when that happened. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear people talking about they're not sending their children there to Penn State. After what that man allowed to have happen underneath his tenure. Right. And still you got 90,000 people filling up a stadium to watch Penn State games.
They were still mad that they wanted to take down his statue.
Upset that they was taking his statue down. Just, what, let's go a little further. Let's talk about Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer hired a dude that was beating his wife, kicking her ass. But you have Ohio State fans that don't have a problem with that and celebrating this dude, can't wait for him to come back.
They had a protest for him to come back.
Wow.
They had a protest for him to come back.
Wow. Okay. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. Wasn't it a football player that used the N-word in the locker room and we didn't hear not anybody protest?
Was at a concert.
No. We talking about Richie Incognito. Yes. Yes. But where was the protest at when that happened?
You know what N-word they not going to be saying?
What?
Nike.
See?
That's a new N-word.
That's a new N-word, Nike. But you see, this is why I said this is America. This is the land that we live in now, that when you can take a protest and do it respectfully and do it nonviolent, and still you are excoriated by a people.
This is getting ridiculous now. This is getting a little crazy.
But let's be honest.
This is getting crazy with the words.
We all know
man.
what this is about, man.
Man.
Because if Kaepernick had been taking a knee for gay rights or LGBT rights, he would be a hero in this country.
Thanks,
every team would be trying to sign him. I'm just trying to say this is about black people, and nobody cares.
Thanks.
This is what why they really want to.
Let's give America a dose of truth serum, and let's be honest. If Kaepernick was white, this wouldn't even be a problem.
Well, Tim Tebow kneeled during the anthem and everything.
No. That's
something else.
That's a falsehood. He didn't kneel during the anthem. He kneeled after touchdowns. That's when he kneeled in.
No, he kneeled before the game, too.
No. Listen to me. He came out himself and said he never did it during the anthem.
Okay, I got you.
So that was the internet. Put that out there.
I apologize.
No, that's
I apologize
fine.
for the
That's fine. But what I'm saying to you is this: if we are being truthful, we know if Kaepernick was Chris Long. And Chris Long started this, we wouldn't have this discussion when it never went where it is at all. At all.
If he was kneeling for the rights of black people,
listen, it wouldn't have went this way, because let me say this to you: Tom Brady hit on
the tweet
that. You have not heard one person excoriate Tom Brady for that. Not one.
You know what I mean?
That's why I said it changes.
Yo.
Aaron Rodgers did the same thing. Nothing said about them. Come on, man. Let's get some truth here.
Can we be honest though too with the whole Nike thing?
Can we be honest? That's a great one.
This is a calculated move. This is
absolutely.
I don't necessarily know if this is about like social justice, where they have investors, they have people that they have to answer to. This is a calculated move that's about green at the end of the day.
Well, Nike take risks though. Remember,
they took risks.
Didn't they pick up Jordans? They took a risk with Jordan.
So I mean,
Nike takes
Serena.
They took a risk
with Jordan.
Jordan, if I got it right, they took on the Jordan brand.
Hold up, let's look.
Yes, that's what.
But there was also that contract was kind of backloaded with.
But you're talking about the face, like back then, him being the face of this big company, and that transcended him. But another thing, Marc just brought up Serena. Let's look at what they did for the Serena ad. What they said, you could take a hero out of the costume, but you can't take away their superpowers. You can't take away their superpowers. They know what they're doing at this point. They pushing the button, and I applaud them.
Inside the millennials don't care about some of these issues that some of these older white people
that's a great
good point.
Great point.
We want you to bring that back again. Let's come back and do that again. Yo, we'll be right
back, y'all.
High five on that one, bro.
Oh.